Hey y'all, and welcome to the Ladywing Designs channel. My name is Zakia, and this is a crafty channel mostly about cross stitch and knitting, and there's lots of spinning coming back into play. Yeah, so welcome if you're returning or a new viewer. It is great to have you with me hanging out. I really just thank you so much for being here, for liking, watching, subscribing, commenting, all the things. I really appreciate it. Thank you as well to anyone that donates to the Buy Me a Pattern uh, page down below. I super appreciate it. I wanted to make sure to mention it because there have been some in the last few weeks, and I forgot to mention it last time. So thank you very much. Um, yeah, speaking of, all of the links to where you can find me on the interwebs and everything that I talked about today, projects, people that I mentioned, all of that will be linked down below in the description box. So head down there to get details and links to where you can find the things. I don't know why the bags under my eyes are this bad. We're going with it. Um, so I just filmed for 30 minutes and then totally had a, but why is it taking me 30 minutes to get through these things? So yeah, needless to say, that just got deleted. And I was already on a time crunch because we're supposed to be getting very bad weather here and possible tornadoes. And I live upstairs on a second floor in my apartment, so I'm gonna go to boyfriend's because he lives on the first floor, so you know, already safer. Anyway, there's supposed to be really bad storms today. So now, unfortunately for you, I'm gonna be trying to kind of rush through this. Hopefully it'll only be an hour. You already know this. Anyway, I know y'all are like, why'd you delete it? It was probably fine. We love longer videos, but yeah, the anxiety has been real bad. So anyway, I deleted it. I also deleted a whole video last week that was an hour long because I didn't like it. So third time's the charm, I hope. Because seriously, if I don't like this one, y'all are gonna have to wait another week. And I just, yeah, that's how the last couple weeks have been. So anyway, it's fine. We're all fine here. Okay, so slow me down if you need to, by which I mean you can change the playback speed on YouTube. So anyway, today is March the 17th, 2021. 2021. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, cannot be messing that up. As of yesterday, I've officially been in quarantine for a year, so definitely don't want to get the years wrong. Anyway, it's 2021. It's also St. Patrick's Day. I'm not wearing any green, and I said this in the last video, and yeah, I really don't care about changing now. So, anyway, plus, like, honestly, I like this shirt. I'm keeping it on. So, yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to anyone that's celebrating. It's Wednesday. Let's do this. Okay, so admin, YouTube comments, I'm a little bit behind in responding, per usual. I went through and hearted everyone's comments, though. Thank y'all so much for leaving those. I just really have appreciated them in the last couple weeks. Y'all are so sweet and so kind. So thank you for your comments. Super appreciate them, both here and on Instagram. I think I'm caught up on Instagram comments. But yeah, just thank y'all for leaving them and the conversations that come out of them. I love chatting with y'all. There will also be an unboxing video. I'm hoping for sometime this weekend, but definitely before March is over. Um, I'll hold it up again. It does exist. I got a message on Instagram from Stitchly, stitch.ly, and that is their Instagram handle also. It'll all be linked down below. But yeah, the company is releasing products. Their thing is promoting like creativity and all of that, while reducing anxiety, stress, those things. So their first product was face and body paint, which looks super cool. Check out their Instagram page for that. That'll be linked down below. It's Craft Pros, I think, is, yeah, at craft_pros is the face and body paint product. And this is their second product that they have launched, which is Stitchly, and it's a beginner cross stitch pattern. So they reached out to me and asked if I would like to give them some feedback, basically do a little review for them. This is not paid whatsoever, just, you know, me giving my honest opinion. So as you can see, it's still in the packaging. I'm going to be, like I said, hopefully doing that this weekend, filming a little unboxing. I will link down below the Amazon link, though, to where you can get the kits. So if you want to go and take a peek yourself, you can. Okay, I think that was it for admin. Like I said, sorry, not sorry that I'm going to kind of be rushing through this, but I basically recorded everything through finished objects already, so I'm now repeating myself within the span of an hour, so I'm just gonna rush through this part. Okay, so let's talk some finished objects, which are now on the floor. So my first finished object, well, the first two actually, are socks. These are the Kia socks by Dawn Henderson. It's a free pattern. You can now find them on her website. Her company name is Knit Yarn Stuff. She also changed her Instagram name, so if you're looking for her over there, just search Knit Yarn Stuff, and it's knit.yarn.stuff on Instagram. So if you're wondering like where her Instagram account went, because I was trying to mention her the other day when I finished these and I couldn't find her. So yeah, anyway, she is Knit Yarn Stuff, and this is a free pattern that you can grab off of her website. She has beautiful sock patterns. This pattern was inspired by conversations held around diversity and inclusion and, yeah, and equality. And so the knit purl texture pattern is equal signs. So it was written for 64 stitches and I only used 60. So this part kind of meets up, right? It doesn't zigzag there because I don't have enough stitches for what the pattern called for. But that doesn't bother me. They're just longer equal signs. Yeah, so these are done. My usual knit to, purl to, rib, a heel flap, and gusset, and standard wedge toe. So those are done. The yarn that I use is Trekking XXL in the colorway Squash, which is also color 180. That's what it looks like in the skein. So yeah, I really enjoyed these. It's a very simple pattern. Like I said, just knit purl texture. So totally recommend. And then the other socks that I knit, so this yarn, okay, pause. Well, no, let me tell you about the yarn, about the socks first. So plain vanilla socks, again, knit to, purl to, heel flap and gusset, standard wedge toe. There are two of them. And here, so right as I started the gusset, so if you've done cuff down, heel flap, and gussets before, you'll know. This will make sense to you. I'm going to explain what I did here. So I finished the heel turn, and then, you know, you pick up gusset stitches on one side, you knit across your front stitches because you're working in the round again, and then you pick up gusset stitches on the other side, right? That row, everyone get where we're at? So when I'm on that row, I pick up the gusset stitches on the first side, and when I knit across the front, I immediately start with a knit to, purl to, rib, and I did that for the first 5 rounds there, and then I just went back to plain vanilla. And I did that because right in here on my foot, and on a lot of my socks in the past, it has just stretched a little more. So I put some knit 2 purl 2 robe right there just for 5 rounds to see if that would help add a little bit of stretch. Yeah, I haven't tried these on yet, so I don't know if it works or if 5 rounds is enough or anything. I will report back after I wear them. But yeah, hopefully that'll give me a little bit of extra stretch there. It does in the fabric, you know, right now, so hopefully it will work out. Yeah, this is Knit Picks Felici in the fingering weight base in their Rustic Cabin colorway. And I have about half a skein left over, so super excited about that. It will probably be part of some scrappy Felici socks at some point in time. But just a huge heartwarming thank you to Erin of Two Martini Stitcher. She sent me a seriously generous care package, and yeah, so anyway, she had extra fully, I'm repeating myself now, so I'm trying to remember all the things. She sent me 2 skeins of the Rustic Cabin colorway that she had extra, I guess, in her stash. And then she also sent me, there's another sock on them now, of course, but she also sent me some 9-inch circulars. These are, let me see if I can at least move them back enough. You can see they're red lace. These are Chaogu 9-inch circular needles in a US 0, yep, US 0, which is 2 millimeters. So yeah, I had been talking about in a previous craft with me that I wanted to give them another chance because I do have one, but it was like a couple sizes down or whatever when I was knitting with a different sock needle size, and I only used 60 stitches, so there weren't enough stitches to get around the needle for my socks. And I tried at the time to knit my boyfriend a pair of socks with them, but it was just a little fiddly, and at the time I just didn't really feel like getting used to them. And like I said, I would have been using them for me more than him, and there weren't enough stitches, so I never really got into it, and never thought to like try them again because I wasn't knitting on another needle size at the time. But anyway, the sock needle size has changed, and I was talking about that in a craft with me, how I wanted to order a new pair of 9-inch circulars and try them out again, because I've known since 9-inch circulars like blew up the market that I probably was gonna love them, because why not just knit round and round and round and round, right? So I knew I was gonna love them, and I wasn't wrong. I was not wrong at all. So thank you so much, Erin, for the yarn, for the needles. And then she also sent me, since I'm talking about the gift, she also sent um, these needle wranglers from the Tempestry project. And you can see they have different sizes here. These are the minis, which are basically for sock needles. And this is how you use them. They're basically just end stoppers for your needles so that you don't lose stitches. So I haven't actually used these yet. I might use them on my boyfriend's sock, but I also haven't had quite a problem with any stitches falling off just yet, so we'll see. I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh my gosh, there were so many stitches on that needle. Ridiculous. So yeah, finished socks. The cool thing about these socks, so I used up the first skein, and then it ended a little bit into this gray part. And I went to get the second skein, and because I knew I wasn't going to use all of the second skein, I had already like kind of not accepted, but like I'd already said in my head, you know, I'm willing, that's where I was going with that. I'm totally willing to pull some of the yarn off and get back to like whatever color would be next in the stripe repeat. I don't usually care about things like that, but for these I really wanted them to look nice because I'm always going to have fond memories attached to these socks. And it just worked out that that when I got to the end of the first skein and looked at the second, it had about a foot of red on it, and then it went right into the gray. So when I started the second skein, I just cut off the red a little bit and just joined in. So the gray stripe is a little longer, which I don't mind, but the stripe repeat isn't broken at all. And yeah, I usually don't care about stuff like that, but it just makes me super happy on this pair. So there is that. Those socks are done. Like I said, thank you, Erin, so much. It was a great experience. And as far as the 9-inch circulars, I will say, I knit all of both socks on the 9-inch circulars. So I did the heel flap on the 9 inches. I picked up the gusset stitches, did all of that. I only I only put them on magic loop when I got down to the toe. Yeah, and that was it. Okay, I feel like I have to like burp or something, but it won't come up. Anyway, yeah, so I did them all on the 9-inch circulars, which I love it. The less I have to have with me, the better. um, what else was I gonna say? I did watch, not the entire video, just the part about the heel, just to like see how she did it, etc. So if you haven't heard of Kay at the Crazy Sock Lady, you should totally go check her out. I love her channel and her Instagram. She's great to watch. Um, but she has, last year, she released video tutorials for the entire sock process for DPNs, 9-inch circulars, and magic loop. Don't know if there's another one or not. I think those are it for right now. She is doing a two how to knit socks on 2 circulars. I think that's coming out this year during her summer sock camp, sometime during the summer. So yeah, totally recommend though. I watched the 9-inch circular video, obviously, and she shows you how to both do the heel flap and gusset on the 9-inch circulars and on DPNs if you would, or I mean theoretically another needle. I guess it doesn't have to be DPNs, but if you don't want to do them on the 9-inch circular, she shows you that as well. So, and I've watched some of her tutorials before, so yeah, totally recommend that. And yeah, so that's that. So the other finished object that I have is a skein of Handspun. So I'm gonna try to actually, long story short, this is where I stopped recording last time because there were just tangents that were unnecessary. And, oh, great. Well, okay, that's fine. I guess I can show it to you now. So, hold please. Okay, there we go. So I finished this. Hold on. I'm gonna tie this a little bit differently for myself. It's kind of bothering me. But anyway, so let me give you the backstory while I'm doing this. Back in November, if you watched November vlogs from last year, I vlogged an entire month for my birthday month. And I actually vlogged for 2 months because I did Vlogmas. But anyway, during the last November, well, second to last November vlog, it was my birthday at the end of November, and one of my very good knitting friends had a wheel that she wasn't really using, and she was like, "Hey, would you want the wheel?" She just gifted it to me, which was extremely generous of her. Florence, if you're watching, seriously, I'm still just thanking you every time that I use my wheel now. I love you so much for this. So thank you for that. But yeah, so she thought of me since she knew I spun, and I didn't have a wheel. Anyway, see, here we go again, making it a long story. I'll pop in a couple of pictures here of the wheel. I have an Ashford Traveler double treadle, so the pedals that you see at the bottom of the wheel, those are called treadles. That's how we make the wheel move. I'll put in footage of me spinning later in the video. And for people that understand spinning wheels and things, it's single drive. And anyway, I have an Ashford Traveler. I love the wheel so much already. I just figured it out last week. The bobbin was on backwards, and I had checked everything and didn't think to make sure the bobbin was on there right. So, um, yeah. So anyway, once I got the bobbin switched around, it was working just fine. And Florence had included some fiber with the wheel when she gave it to me. I will put in a picture here of what the singles looked like, because I didn't take a picture of the fiber before I started spinning. So um, you can see that one ply was pink and orange. That is 100% merino. That was from StefKnits. I don't think I think that I found the right StefKnits. I'll link below. But anyway, it was from StefKnits, who at the time was on Etsy. So one of the plies is the pink fiber into the orange fiber. So I think you can tell that because like half of it is like, you know, more pink and half of it obviously has the orange there. Sorry. So yeah, and then the other single was an ounce of, both singles were an ounce. So yeah, the other single was an ounce of what I'm guessing was merino and silk. It wasn't a lot of silk, but there was silk in there. So, I mean, you can see, like, it is hand spun. And this was the first, so this is the very first thing that I spun on that wheel. It is also the first thing that I plied, because I only have so many bobbins. So, yeah, I mean, you can see some parts didn't get spun quite as well. Some parts didn't get plied quite as well. I'm not sure if you can see the not great plying bits, but yeah, I love it. I super love it. So I haven't done a wraps per inch yet and actually you know, measured that, but I'm getting about between a DK and an aran weight for most of it. So I'm super excited. I am going to be using this in a project for my best friend's baby because, yeah, because why not? I really, hold on. Okay, there we go. Whew, that like hurt to hold that for a second. I really, when I saw it, so okay, I didn't think that I was actually gonna like it. When I finished applying it, I was like, you know, that's fine. If it doesn't, you know, it doesn't really look like the ply was all that great, I'll just knit up a little swatch and, you know, hang it somewhere, whatever. Because I still was like, you know, we should use the yarn, and yeah, that's the trick to getting better at spinning. You need to actually use your hand spun so that you can see what the yarn is doing, and then you can fix that when you know, when you keep spinning, you can change things up to get the yarn that you want. And so I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, but after it dried, oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm gonna use it for something for best friend's baby. And I'm actually, so we're talking a little bit of plans right now. I'm gonna pair it with this skein that you've seen before. This was created by LCB Fiber in the Tuscan Sunrise colorway. I made this a couple years ago. They're about the same weight of yarn, about between a DK to about an aran in some spots. And as you can see, they really go together well because of the pink and the orange. There's not actually purple in this. It's like a dark gray. That's kind of what you're seeing, but it blends kind of, right? So yeah, I love these together. They're both about 100 yards. And I am going to make, again, pictures. So I'm actually going to pop in 2 pictures, and I want y'all to vote. Okay, so we're still at about 30 minutes, but I'm doing 6 minutes better. Yay. Anyway, so I want y'all to vote for which one this should be. So there are 2 patterns, and they're by Sara. There are 3 names. It's Sara something. Kellner or Kellner. I can't quite remember. I'll put it on screen for both patterns. Um, I can't quite remember. I know it's SEK. I can like vaguely see it because I was looking this up last night. But she has two patterns that are both free. One of them is uh, the window cat. So they're stuffies. And I just thought it would be fun to like make her a toy or something rather than like a garment or whatever. Like, why not make her a toy? Duh. So, and I don't mind that it'll be out of Handspun. She's my best friend's baby. I'm gonna love her regardless. So, you know, if this gets wrecked or whatever or felted, which I don't know if it would felt. Maybe this one would. I'm not sure that it was that any of that was superwash. This one is superwash merino, so it won't felt. But anyway, not the point. If something happens to it, it's fine. I'm gonna have more hand spun. You know, I'll just make her something else. It's not a big deal for me. But anyway, so tell me if I should make the window cat, which is an upright cat, or should I make the parlor cat, which is a cat like if it was laying down, I guess we could say. So tell me what I should do. I want to do both. I think I'm gonna do both of them for her. I don't know what other yarn I will be using, but it does use worsted weight yarn, so I think I'm just gonna use this. Um, and I should have enough yarn between the two of these. So yeah, vote down below. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave this to the people that watch and vote in the comments. So let me know if I should do window cat or parlor cat. Let me know. Yeah, so anyway, this isn't a finished object this time, but this is. And now I've got the hiccups, so I'm really excited about this. And yeah, of course, I am spinning more things on the wheel. We'll have a little spinning segment after WIPs, and we'll talk about some stuff. So that is it for finished objects. So let's get into some WIPs, or works in progress, if you don't understand that acronym. So, okay. I don't know what let's talk about stitching first, because my stitching mojo is just gone right now. Like, gone. Like, I'm sure it'll come back. I know that it will come back, but I'm definitely more into yarn and fiber right now, which is totally okay. It's feeling a little backwards for me because usually around this time, like, my cross stitch kind of picks up. So anyway, it's fine. I'm here for it. I'm loving that I'm getting back into my roots, honestly, because I started with the yarn and the fiber. So anyway, let's talk cross stitch for a minute. So I started off the month doing hashtag March Matchup 2021. I still want to finish that bracket, but my stitching mojo is gone, so it's not happening right now. I might try to get back to it in April and maybe like get back on it with the voting and everything. And the votes would still happen on Instagram and all of that. So I might try to get back to it because I do want to actually finish the bracket. Like, I was having fun with it, but you know, I'm not stitching right now. So anyway, I was supposed to work on Tranquil Tulip for 2 days. So I didn't even make it. So y'all voted twice, and I didn't even like stitch on anything after that. So it just got Tranquil Tulip. This is a pattern by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Hannah Lynn. I put in 2 days on this, and basically I worked on 939 up through here and a little bit in there. And sorry, I'm gonna set my phone on the table. Sorry for that super loud noise. But anyway, here's where I'm at in total. So, yeah, this was a WIP Go project that was called in January, and I will link to WIP Go down below. It's a Facebook group. you can read about it there. It's basically, I'm gonna not be mean. It's basically bingo. You put different goals for WIPs on the board. Jessie Marie, who hosts WIPGO, calls 2 numbers every month, and a lot of people use that as focus projects for the month to reach whatever goal you set for the project. This is WIPGO from January. It now has 2 out of 5 days. I might get back to it at some point. Or I will get back to it at some point, I just don't know when. So this one went against Change of Seasons for after that first 4 days, and Tranquil Tulip won, so it will be coming back out because that was the one that was supposed to get an extra 2 days. And then the other one that y'all voted on, so it was Secret Project, which if you were on Instagram that day, I made my mom stop following me. Like, I literally went private and removed her as a follower so that I could post the actual picture of the project for y'all to vote on. So I won't be showing Secret Project. It got 3 days of work. It was supposed to get another day yesterday and another day today. Yesterday was my parents' 26th wedding anniversary, so I was going to work on it then. I've mentioned before that it's like a thing for the family, so I'm not really giving it. They won't see it until it's done, so I'm not spoiling anything. And then today is the anniversary of the house that they still live in, that I grew up in. We always remember that because it's the day after their anniversary. So today is our house's anniversary, and I was going to work on it yesterday and today. I'm not stitching, so I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway, I think I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to boyfriend's in case of tornadoes and things. I don't even know if I'm taking stitching. I really don't know. I might take something, but I just don't feel like stitching. But anyway, so the Secret Project went up against Love and Unity, and Love and Unity won. So, ooh, it's matching real well, real matchy. Can you guess my favorite color? But anyway, yeah, so this hasn't gotten its extra 2 days of work either. So that's where I'll be picking up whenever I do get back to this stuff. So this is Love and Unity by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's on 28 count. Oh, I forgot to mention. So this is on 28 count hand dyed even weave. It's more like a 30 count now. I bought it from Silver Moon Sewing. It's just a one-off that she had in her shop. And yeah, so what I did during the 2 days that I worked on this, I finished the bird. It was like half of his body downwards, like the tail and then halfway up. So I gave him a head. It was a headless bird, and I gave him the rest of his body. And then I came over here and started working on that motif. So that is the top right corner of the pattern. So, okay, now I'm just working down and not out. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This needle minder is from Top Knot Stitcher. And I forgot to mention Tranquil Tulip is, I'm stitching 2 threads over one, 2 strands over one fabric thread on 18 count white aida. Oh wait, I forgot to put my bobbin back in here. Oh, I'm using called for DMC on the Hade and DMC 823 for Love and Unity. Okay, so there's that. This has no project bag. Okay, sorry, there are cars and stuff moving outside. Also, the air is on because it was ridiculously hot and humid when I started recording the first time. So if y'all can hear the air, sorry, not sorry. Okay, next, Zimmerman coverlet. So I worked on this not this past Monday, but last week. I worked on it again for hashtag monochromatic March Sal. I am supposed to be trying to do it on Mondays. I didn't work on it this Monday because I just didn't feel like stitching. but that's okay. So this is Zimmerman Coverlet, again by Modern Folk Embroidery. And the only thing that I did last week was start this flower motif right here. So, or star, actually, it's a star motif, not a flower. Um, yeah, so that's literally all I did the past Monday. I worked on it for about an hour or so. Um, it is on 36 count sand from Picture This Plus. It's linen. Um, Grime Garden from Silver Moon Sewing, and this cute little sheepy needle minder is from Sampling of Memories. So there's that. I'm stitching this in DMC 3721. Love it. I have a bunch of stitching just like stacked in this corner. I'm not working on it, but it's there. Okay, and that was pretty much it for the cross stitch stuff. Like I said, I haven't been stitching, so basically just kind of catching you up on that. Okay, so knitting whips. This hat is still not done, which is sad because, yeah, it's fine. I was hoping to finish it last week when I recorded the video that you won't see, and I really should have finished it for this one, but I just haven't been feeling like working on it. So this is Jason's Cashmere Hat, a free pattern. It's by Melissa Thompson of Sweet Fiber Yarns. You can find it on their blog. And yeah, so it has extra long ribbing, which you can see I did. And then I added, it's a cable pattern, so I added an extra cable repeat in here. And guess how much I have left on this, y'all? 3 rounds, or 3.5 rounds. That's it. I have 3.5, I'm on the decreases now. I have 3.5 rounds left, and then I will be done with actually knitting the hat. And then whatever I have left over from this ball of yarn, I'm going to put a pom-pom on the top of it. So, yeah, it's seriously so close to being done. I just haven't yet. I'm actually thinking that this might be a craft with me video, like finishing the hat and then making the pom-pom. I think that would be fun. So, at some point, because the next one does actually need to be fiber related. I'm kind of trying to alternate between cross stitch and knitting for the craft with me videos, so the next one should actually be fiber related. I really want to do a spinning craft with me, which will happen regardless, but we'll see if it's the next one or not. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so there's where the hat is at right now. I'm using Lion brand jeans yarn in the brand new colorway. Um, this is leftover yarn from my weekender sweater. If you're thinking, hey, that looks familiar. Yeah. Although I did show you and tell you all that last time, so okay, anyway. It's being held in a Manacori Creations bag. Harry Potter. Love it. So that's that. And the other WIP that I have that I haven't really been working on lately, I've actually been fairly monogamous. Like I started those rustic cabin socks when I got that yarn from Aran, and I've pretty much just been working on that and the Kia socks to finish those and spinning. Oh, excuse me. That's literally all I've done in the last week. So I've been fairly monogamous for me. I know you're like, that's still 3 projects, but it's really monogamous for me. So anyway, this other knitting WIP that I haven't worked on in a little bit is in a project bag that's glorious, and I wish that I could tell you where it's from because I really want to, I would love to get some more bags like this. Okay, hold on. So, oh, this is the piece that I'm working on. Okay. Okay. So, I am making the Nautilus Cardigan. I'll pop in a picture of what it will look like here. This is by Melina Hami, and I am knitting this for the hashtag Festive Sweater Mal, which is being hosted by Chelsea of Chelsea Makes over on Patreon, and she's co-hosting it with Molly of a Handspun House. Nope, a homespun house. Handspun. It's homespun. Okay. Molly of a homespun house is co-hosting this with Chelsea. Wow. Um, okay. So the last time that y'all saw this, I had just barely started and joined the back pieces. So the back, it's rolling up because it's stockinette. So the back is done now. It's, as you can see, I have it still on this cord because it's waiting. And so these are the shoulder pieces up here. So there's that. And then I have started, I think this is the right front. I really need to get back to this, actually, so I can keep working on it. Yeah, I should. I kind of want to have it joined together by the end of the month. We'll see, though. I say this, but who knows. So this is the right front. This is what I've got so far. I'm almost done with this, actually, and then I'll be able to start the left front. Yeah, so you can see the sparkle very well in this yarn. And it's not quite showing up correctly. There's more green in it that you can't really see. This is a very Slytherin colorway. I'm pretty positive that that's why I bought it. I love it. So the yarn that I'm using for this, or the yarn that I'm using right now, it's a few different skeins of yarn, but the one that I'm using right now is the only one I'm going to show you today. It is Lolo Did It in the Wicked colorway. It was inspired by the play. So yeah, I love it. Like I said, it's very Slytherin. Um, I I don't know if I have a picture of this on my Instagram or not. I don't think I've posted it yet, but hopefully I will soon. Yeah. So there's that. Like I said, I haven't worked on it in the last week. So hopefully I'll get back to it soon. Okay, I think, yeah, that's it for knitting. So now we're going to talk a little bit of spinning. A little bit, kind of a lot of it. Okay, so I showed you this first skein that I did on the wheel. So like I said, these were the first singles and the first plying that I did on the wheel. And like I said, I'm really happy with how it came out. So, oh my gosh, that is not it. That is not it. I literally have a WIP sitting right next to me. Oh my gosh. Okay. So after I finished the rustic cabin socks, of course, I cannot not have a sock going, y'all. If you've been here a while, you know that. My rule is finish a sock, cast on a sock. That goes for both after finishing the first, so that I don't get second sock syndrome, but also when I finish a pair, because why would I not want a sock on the needles? They are literally my favorite thing to knit, so must have a sock. But yeah, as you can see, again, I'm using the 9-inch circulars that that Aran sent me, and this is a sock. It's a little scrunched up on here because there are hella stitches right now. This would actually be a good time for the needle wranglers. How about we do that? First time use. Why was I about to say on stream? Oh my gosh. Been watching so much Twitch lately. Okay. Alright, we're gonna figure this out together. Okay. Zero coordination here, friends. Zero coordination. Wait. I swear I can do this. Oh, okay. Okay, why am I struggling with that? Why am I struggling? Send help. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't show that very well, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, I showed the back of the package. That's literally what you do. You just pop the needles through the grooves there. You can see they have little grooves. Yeah, and it keeps your stitches from falling off the needle. So dope, love it. Uh, cool. Let's change that. Anyway. Okay, so it also makes it a little weird to look at now. But anyway, I will totally be using this. So, okay, sorry, that that just made me really happy. I usually don't use end stoppers and stuff a lot, so I love finding a new tool. Anyway, so I am making some socks for my boyfriend. He has no idea that I'm making these for him. I will probably knit on them right in front of his face, and he will still not know that they're for him. Because I knit and craft so much that he just kind of overlooks it. So anyway, I am using, I don't know if he would even want like brightly colored socks. I've knit 2 pairs of socks for him previously. One of them was out of this yarn, which is mostly black, and it has some green and yellow over in it. And then I made not this sock, not this skein, but it was another skein that was like shades of gray, basically. Very like basic color, kind of boring socks. So I went looking in my stash, and this was about as close as it was getting. So hopefully he'll like these. There's a little bit of white over in there, but it's not crazy amount. I think it'll be okay. So this yarn is a Zalrival Crazy, and the colorway is Domino, from what I looked up and found. So as you can see, it's a self-striping, it's kind of a gradient the way that it was manufactured. So you can see here, let me hold this up like this. You can see there's like gray. It goes from like a black, and then it kind of marls into black with gray, and then it changes. I don't know if there's just a solid gray in here. But there is. There's a solid gray section, like a lighter gray section. There's the white marled with black. There's also like some of the lighter parts are like marled with itself. It's just super pretty. So it's still like neutral colors. I'm thinking he will like them, hopefully. I'm also thinking that they will fit. That was a total debate yesterday while I was getting these started. So I think they'll fit. I'm just like paranoid, of course. But yeah, I think they'll be okay. So what I did, I started out with the Zauberball. Okay, sorry. Fluff is flying everywhere. So I started off with the Zauberball, and then, so he doesn't like long socks either. He just likes ankle socks. So I did 5 rounds of knit 2, purl 2, rib, and then I did a couple rounds, just literally 2 rounds of stockinette, and then I went into the heel. And I had a debate at first on whether I was just gonna use this only, or if because at first I was like, you should put this in for the heels. This is Lange Yarns, their Javel color line, and I don't remember the colorway or anything. It'll be in the description box. Like I said, I made him a pair of socks out of this skein 4 years ago now. It was in 2017. Actually, both pairs of socks that I knit him were both in 2017. So it's been a while since I've made him any socks. And he didn't, like I said, he doesn't know these are happening. He didn't ask for socks. He's just going to get them because I wanted to make him some socks. Yeah, sometimes you knit things for people to show your appreciation for them. And so that's currently what I'm doing. Did I say knit socks? I meant you knit things for people, but anyway, you know what I meant. So anyway, when I got to the heel, I did start out and do a little bit of the heel flap. This is a heel flap and gusset. I did a little bit of the heel flap with the main yarn, and I didn't like it. I was a little worried about how well it was going to wear. And they're both 75-25 superwash merino and nylon, but yeah, the other one just felt softer and not as adorable. And he washes and dries his socks in the machine. Now, washing is fine. Um, the drying he probably shouldn't be doing, but like, as far as I know, I think his socks still fit. I don't think they've felted or anything. He still wears them, and he still dries them in the dryer. Whatever. Like, if something happens to them, I'll just make him more. I like knitting socks anyway, so that's not again, not a big deal for me. Um, but anyway, I did want them to be a little bit more durable, and Lange Yarn is. So I frogged back and started over on the heel flap with the Lange Yarn. So it worked out. I'm trying to get more of like the darker neutral colors at the top. I didn't plan this or anything. This is just where the skein started. But I think I'm going to try to do that for the second skein, just so if they are showing like out the top of his shoes or something, they'll at least kind of match and be neutral. But yeah, so the Lange yarn, like I said, it has green and some yellow over in there. I don't, if I get to the yellow part on the other heel, I am going to cut it out probably. Because it's just so bright, it just doesn't match the rest of the palette very much. But I only had, as you can see, like 2 rows left on that heel turn when it got to the yellow, and I was not about to cut yarn. So it just has a little bit of yellow on there. But yeah, that's where I am. I am on to the gusset decreases now. I'm just kind of getting into the groove of them. Um, so yeah, there you go. 9-inch circulars, vanilla sock, kind of the general recipe still. He has a giant, it's not giant, like it could be worse, but I knit my I knit my socks with 60 stitches, and his are 72 stitches. So that's already, more knitting. Um, and yeah, I was very kind of appalled because I was just curious in doing the math last night when I was picking up the gusset stitches. I had I had 98 stitches on the needles when I picked up all the gusset stitches, y'all. What? Like, why? Just why? So whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's why I was thinking that I was actually gonna need the needle wranglers, but I've done a few decreases and so it's not quite as bad now. And they don't get jostled around too much. Like if like overnight, these were just sitting on the couch. Nobody's gonna touch them. And even when I put them in my bag, like it doesn't get moved around too much that stitches fall off. At least it didn't for mine, so I'm going to hope the same for his socks. And I'm actually going to put this needle wrangler back on here because, yeah, better safe than sorry. Not using it correctly, that's for sure. Okay, so there we go. Thank you, Erin, for those needle wranglers. Super enjoy them. So, okay, that was it. That was the last WIP. I totally forgot to mention that. Okay, so spinning. I did this skein, and then the next thing that I spun and plied on the wheel. So I think I mentioned last time that I am working through some hip strings fiber. I'm not gonna grab the rest of it, but I'm working through some fiber from hip strings. It's 100% merino. It came in a pack of 6 1-ounce little nests of fiber, and they were all different colors. I've done a couple of different things with them through the years since I got them. And now what I'm doing, the last, so there are 3 colors that haven't been touched. One of them I completely used up already back in the beginning, which is sad because it was a really pretty gray. But anyway, and then part of the blue I've used. There will be more blue coming in the future for something. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to use that fiber for. But anyway, there's a beige, and I can actually show you the 3 colors that are left over. So there's this beige that was left, because I had 2 sets of the 6-pack. So, and it was in the same colorway, so I had 2 of each color. So there was the beige. There's this taupe, brown, purple. I don't know how to describe this color, but it's super pretty. So there's this color, which is hella thin. I really hope that I can get the other single that thin so that they'll, anyway, um, okay, sorry, looking outside at the cars. And then, let me grab this. There's this, let me unplug this so that okay. So, then there's this other gray, like a lighter gray. So, anyway, that's kind of my current spinning project, or one of them that I'm working through. I'm trying to finish off these merino packs. So the next thing that I did on the Ashford Traveler, is this. So these are the, I'm sure it's doing crazy things with the color, but it's a beige-ish color. It's not white, like a beige cream. So you can see I applied it. I will, again, pop in a picture of the bobbins with the singles on them. And then, yeah, so I applied these, what night was that? I actually applied these while I was watching Cat on her first stream back. She took a little break, a little self-care break, and she came back Monday night, yeah. So, so I applied this while I was hanging out with her and her fabulous community. And so I'm very interested in how this will turn out because, so what I did, because it was before I had wound this off, right? So when I applied this, when I saw it, I was like, this doesn't look like it applied quite as tight as I kind of like. Which, I mean, you don't want a crazy tight ply because then it'll kind of be like rope. But I didn't think that this was plied as much as I wanted it to be. So I was like, okay, what we're going to have to do is treadle faster and just like really focus on making sure that when I'm letting the wheel take the yarn that it is kind of plied at where a little bit more than what I want, because when you wash the skein you'll lose a little bit of your ply. But yeah, so I treadled kind of fast on this. So I'm interested to see how this turns out, if that was a little too much or if it still really works out. It's looking good right now on the bobbin, so I'm hoping that that means good things for after it's washed. Like I said, this was plied Monday night, so I probably will not take this off the bobbin until maybe sometime later this week. I'm not in any rush because the next project the next project that's on the wheel right now is, I'm not going to rush through it, and it's definitely going to take me a little bit. So, yeah, so there's that. And then the other, right, okay, I will talk about the thing that's on the wheel. So, this is on my electric eel wheel mini. It's an e-spinner, so you plug it in, and let me turn it this way. So that is what I currently have. Again, kind of skinnier singles. Yeah, I already have. I have a giant box that's sitting over here with like a bunch of my spinning things in it. So this is the first bobbin of that gray, and yeah, I don't know if that's showing up right. But anyway, there's the first bobbin. It's not as thin as some of the things I've kind of been spinning lately. So, we'll see how this turns out. I think this one is so far just a little bit skinnier, but I'm enjoying it. So like I said, these are all an ounce. So as you can see, I still have a good bit, most of the ounce left. So I'm working on that on the e-spinner. That will probably go with me to Boyfriend's today, which I need to pick it up because I think it's raining again. I'm trying to get done and leave and drive over there before it gets ridiculously bad because it's gonna downpour. So yeah, there's that. And then the other thing, we will see if any footage gets put in. I will put in footage or a picture showing you the fiber that's on the wheel. Like, I just barely started this bobbin. I don't think because it's almost 11:30 now and the rain is going to start fairly soon, I think. So I was going to try to put footage in of me spinning on the wheel. I might just wait and we'll do that for a craft with me. Yeah, so what I'm spinning right now, I'm pretty sure that this fiber is merino. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, I think it's merino. If it's not, it's something that's like fairly simple to spin, so whatever. As you can see, it's a darker gray. So what I'm doing, let's grab this. So this is all going to be the next skein of yarn that I'm kind of working on. So I have this purple fiber. I'm actually not quite sure how much this was. I don't think it was a full ounce. But anyway, there's this fiber. It's a darker purple. Think, I can't give you a number right now, but a DMC number. That's what I was trying to do. But it's a darker purple, and so I finished these singles literally forever ago. And as you can see, it was spun on the e-spinner. And so what I'm gonna do, I was gonna do this anyway when I was kind of evolving through the plans for the hip strings recently. So this is a little Butterfingers. So this is a little sample that I got with probably one of the merino packs that I ordered. So this is hip strings. And the colorway is Whiskers on Kittens. So this is it. I'm actually not sure how much this is. I need to weigh it before I spin it. So it's 75% super fine merino wool, which it totally feels like it. And then it's also got 12.5% Tussa silk. Oh my gosh. And 12.5% cashmere, which is between the silk and the cashmere. That's why it's so soft. But also the super fine merino, like it was destined to be soft. So, like I said, the colorway is Whiskers on Kittens. It's it actually kind of reminds me of this other light gray that's on the e-spinner right now, but it's just a little bit darker. Yeah, so what's gonna happen, because this has silk and cashmere in it, silk can be just a little bit slippery to spin, and cashmere has a very short staple length. So I was going to start this new bob. I'm pointing at the wheel. I was going to start this bobbin on the wheel with this, but when I realized that they did actually tell, because it was flipped over at first, so I didn't realize this stuff was on the back. It was in the bag like this, so I didn't realize there was info on the back. But yeah, now that I know that there's silk and cashmere in this, I don't really want to try my hand at spinning that on that wheel just yet, because it might be a little tricky. So when I finish this ounce that I just showed you on the e-spinner, I'm going to put this bobbin back on there, and I'm going to spin this onto there. And then, so this is half of the first ply. The other half is this. I can't remember if I weighed this before I started spinning. I think it's about an ounce. Again, I didn't, I should have weighed this, but I don't think I did. Anyway, like I said, I'm not exactly sure what type of fiber this is, but it's soft and it's nice. So this is going to be the other half, and like I said, I'm spinning this on the wheel. So it'll be a little finagling when I go to ply, but it's fine. Yeah, so this is going to be the first single, purples and grays. And then I am going to, so I'm hoping that that's about 2 ounces total between all of that. And then I have this 2 ounces of fiber. I'll take it out. Yeah, I'll take it out so you can see it. So this is from Gaffer's Glory, and they teamed up with Mad Fuzzy Fibers, or Mad Fuzzy Yarns, I think. Yeah, Mad Fuzzy Yarns, who is in Maine, Marta. And something, I can't remember the exact story now, but something happened, and they had fiber that, I think it was like to raise money to care for the sheep or something like that. It was some type of like raising funds for them, for Gaffer's Glory. But yeah, so I got this. It is 2 ounces, as you can see. I'm showing the tag. It's 2 ounces of a BFL Merino cross, and it still has like some little bugs over in it and stuff, but I mean it's fine. You know, it's wool. It came from a sheep. So yeah, here is the fiber. It changed the colors just a little bit. It's a little bit brighter. It's more of a pinky purple. Okay, you see this? This is kind of the color of the purple. That's kind of the color of this. The way that it's showing on screen. This is not what this actually looks like. Where's my phone? Let me see if I can take a quick picture. Okay, and then I'll show y'all. This is what that fiber actually, I think even on the phone it's trying to like change the colors a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, it's more of a pinky purple in there. So it's got more pinks in it than is showing up. Yeah, and then this brown as well. So this is going to be the other ply. Yeah, so like I said, hopefully that other one will come out to about 2 ounces, but either way, it will be fine. One of the new techniques that I learned when I was doing this skein and plying is a chain bracelet, applying bracelet. There we go. Oh my gosh, applying bracelet. It's previously been called an Indian bracelet, but I think they changed the name just to not be offensive or anything. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if a lot of people still call it an Indian bracelet or not. I don't think so. But anyway, it's a applying bracelet. I'll link the video that I used down below. And basically, it's a way for, like, if one bobbin runs out while you're plying, and then you still have more. Oh, excuse me, there's the burp. And then if there's still more on your other bobbin, right, it's uneven. And usually it's like, oh, well, I guess I have to stop plying. But what you can do is make the little bracelet. Again, I'll link the video. I won't explain all of that. And then you have 2 ends off of the rest of that fiber to ply from. Yeah, it was super cool, and it came in handy because the same thing happened with this fiber. And so then I was like, cool, I know how to do this. I can just like do it. And it was great. And it actually worked out better on that second time because, you know, it was my second time doing it. So yeah, I even got to learn that new technique. I just love this fiber so much. So yeah, that is what is happening right now. Yay, and this video is just over an hour, so I didn't do too bad. And it's looking like it's still clear enough for me to not have to drive in chaos. Okay, so, oh, I do have another thing to show and I did not grab it. Okay, so we're gonna talk like very, very brief plans. Let me go grab this skein that I wanted to show, and I will be right back. So, last episode I mentioned that I had won a giveaway from Cat on her Twitch channel. She did a giveaway for when she hit 250 followers, and it was for this beautiful skein of yarn. Wow, my camera's being really mean today. This is like a beautiful kind of baby pink, or pastel pink. I like that better. It's a beautiful like pastel pinky color. They're all kind of pastel, but it's just so pretty. Yeah, so it's got pinks and blues and purples with the white over in there, and I just love it. So like I said, we're into plans. Oh, let me tell you what the yarn is. This is Mono Stud Uruguay. in their Alegria base, and I want to say that the colorway is right there. I think that the colorway is Jacaranda, even though I showed this on the video you'll never see from last week. I still have not looked up to double check if that's actually the colorway, but I think it's Jacaranda. Anyway, it's super pretty either way, and I think, maybe, I'm not quite sure, that I'm going to make the March cowl that Tina from Simply in Stitches made. So I will link that video below. Who knows if I will remember to look for cards and things, but I will link the video that Tina did for the cowl down below. So she is trying to do a cowl every month, and so far she has been putting all of the patterns for how she did her cowls on her YouTube channel on Simply in Stitches. And I want to say there's actually a playlist, so down below I will link to the playlist instead of just the March video, so you can see them all. Yeah, and her tutorial videos are, you know, they're quick, but like they're really great. Yeah, so I already watched the one for the March cowl, and it was funny because I had just like recently posted this on Instagram, and I was like, you know, I'm not sure what it wants to be yet, but you know, like yarn always does, they will tell us when they're ready, right? And then Tina showed her March cowl when she finished it on one of her crafty update videos, and immediately I was like, the monos, like that's what it wants to be. So I'm still like going back and forth because I had another idea for this too, but oof. See, yeah, I'm still going back and forth because I kind of wanted to use it for a design idea. So I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of leaning more towards the design now, actually. So anyway, stay tuned. But yeah, I did want to at least show the yarn. So there it is. Thank you again so much, V. Yeah, I love it. So other than that, like I said, please vote below for whether I should do the window cat or the parlor cat. I might even start that sometime soon. I really don't know yet. And then, so this weekend is starting the House Pride Days for Harry Potter. I was going to do a make-along, and I mean, we still can. It won't be anything big. It wasn't going to be anyway, but I also was hoping to like tell you about it last week so that more people would have time to see and prepare, but it's whatever. So 4 days, and each day is the Pride Day for a different house. So it's from March 20th to the 23rd. I am gonna use, if anybody wants to join along, we'll use the hashtag House Pride Make Along. So MAL, M-A-L, House Pride MAL, which stands for Make Along, because it doesn't have to be cross stitch, it doesn't have to be knitting, it can be whatever, and it doesn't have to be like a Harry Potter pattern or a Harry Potter yarn or fiber or anything. If it makes you think Harry Potter, especially if it makes you think of a house or of your house, go for it. There are no rules here. The only rule is be inspired by Harry Potter houses and Harry Potter houses. That sounded weird. So yeah, there's that. So this weekend I was supposed to be working on Snape and Hogwarts Castle, or, well, not, I don't think it was supposed to be this week. It was in the next week. I was going to be working on those. I'm not going to pick up Hogwarts Castle just yet. It is actually back on its Q-snap, but I think I'm going to take it out because it's disgusting. And I'm going to wash and iron that fabric so that it can kind of be like a new slate, because it will feel like a new slate when I get back to it. I haven't worked on that project in so long. Yeah, so Hogwarts Castle, probably not. But, okay, I have more projects than I need, but it was just easier to pick it up that way. So, all the things. So, if I work on something, 'twill be Snape. So let me show you what Snape looks like. Come on, tablet. So this is a... What? Okay, never mind. Let me look on Instagram. My tablet needs to do an update, so I'm just gonna let it do that now. So this is a pattern by the Cross Stitch Salon, Sarah Bowman, and Snape. So this is what the pattern looks like. It's Severus Snape with a little bit of the castle in the background, and it says always in quotes. You can kind of see the quotation marks there. It says always and the doe Patronus. And it does have the full Patronus, you know, Instagram. It just cut off the bottom of it a little bit. So that is what Snape looks like. And if you haven't been here within the past year, this is totally a favorite on the channel. Oh, the needle minders stuck together. I'm like, why is this? Hold on. Okay, there we go. They were really loving each other. So, this is where Snape is at. I am parking on Snape, so that's why all the threads are hanging, because I'm using the parking method. He is fully gridded though, so like you can see, here's the bottom. Here's the bottom. Ooh, I'm gonna have fabric left over. That's exciting. Well, just barely. After I give myself a little bit of the border. Oh no, I'll have a little slit. Okay, anyway, not the important part. So, this is Snape. This is, oops, he's a little longer than that now. So, that's what she said. Okay. If you didn't hear it, go back. Ah, I love myself sometimes. Okay, so we're not doing this again. So this is where Snape is right now. I've got the entire top half of the pattern done. As you can see, I'm working on the bottom pattern with the bottom half of the pattern with the Patronus. So yeah, I'm just working. I'm not really working like in a page format or anything because I'm using Pattern Keeper. So I'm just working the 10 by 10 squares completely across the entire pattern. And if, like I said, if you've been here a while, you saw me doing that up here too when I was in the top section. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So slowly I will reach down here at the bottom, and then we'll just keep going until I get to the side and fill it in. So that's where Snape is. I'm super in love with this. This is 2/1 on 18 count white aida. The needle minders, let me get my threads out of the way so you can actually see them. Come on. Cooperate, please. Thank you. So, these needle minders. This one is from Armada Designs, back when she did her class schedule style. It says Accio needle. And this is a Hogwarts wax seal from Simply Serving HK. Or Simply Serving. Anyway. I'm super in love with this piece. I don't know. Maybe I could finish it this year. Okay, so my friend Alma, from Alma's Little Wonders, is trying to finish her Hogwarts Castle piece by Harry Potter's birthday, which is July the 31st. I think I'm gonna try to finish Snape. I say this now. I might actually try to finish Snape. I need to rescue some colors. I've clearly been taking out of Snape for things, so I need to, there are 4 colors missing. That's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find these colors, but I think I'm gonna work on Snape this weekend. So, the days, and I mean, you can look these up if you don't know them, but March 20th, which is this Saturday, is Hufflepuff Pride Day. The 21st is Slytherin Pride Day, go Snakes, so definitely going to be working on this on Sunday. Both because I personally identify as a Slytherin, and also because Snape was Slytherin. And Monday the 22nd is Gryffindor Pride Day, and the last day, the 23rd, is Ravenclaw Pride Day, so go Eagles. Yeah, so that's that. If you want to participate, like I said, just use the hashtag HousePrideMal. Like I said, it's not going to be anything big, but anyone that wants to join in, feel free. Oh, also, I talked about this in the last episode and I totally forgot. I totally braided my own hair. I am going natural. So the chemicals that I put in my hair to keep it straight, I am letting them come out, going natural. And so I need to find hairstyles that don't make me look like I got in a fight and didn't have a comb afterwards. Yeah, so I saw this one online and I was like, let's try it. And I really like it. So the rest of my hair is just pinned down in the back. And then I braided these front two sections. And I'm actually pretty smitten with it. I really like it. So anyway, just another thing, because I know I mentioned that last time. Okay, so this was still an hour and a half, whatever. But I definitely feel better about this recording than the last one. So, yay for that. And yeah, I'm gonna get this edited once I get over to boyfriend's apartment and get this up for your viewing pleasure. So I hope that everyone, like I said, I hope I said this at the beginning. I hope that everyone's doing well. I know it's been kind of hard for a few of us. For me, I've just been generally having mental health, just a rough time lately with that. But I know a lot of people have been struggling a little bit this month, especially in the last couple weeks, because everyone went on lockdown around this time last year. So yeah, I'm just sending everyone good vibes and some love, and I hope that y'all get time to do something crafty or just generally something relaxing, something you enjoy. Sorry, I'm pulling my socks up. Yeah, so thank y'all so much for hanging out with me again, and be on the lookout for, so I think what I'm going to do, we'll see if I feel like recording next week. Hopefully sometime this weekend I will be able to record and upload that Stitchly unboxing video, and then we'll see. If I record a WIP update next week, then it'll be a WIP update, and if I don't really feel like doing that, I will try to get a craft with me out. Yeah, and I think it will probably be a spinning craft with me, and it might even be a little bit longer of one, because why not? So anyway, stay on the lookout for some videos coming up soon, and until next time, happy crafting, y'all. Bye.